Hi, and welcome to Studio Time with Zach. My name's Zachary Rutter. I'm an artist based out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and on the easel today, we have an awesome project for my friend Adam and the Westmoreland Cultural Trust. So the Westmoreland Cultural Trust is putting on their annual Greensburg Art Walk, and I was asked to do an art installation. So if you look closely, you'll see I've got two giant wooden panels. These massive panels are a part of a window installation behind the Palace Theater in Greensburg. And I've been selected to be the artist to paint them. So without further ado, let's get priming. When you're priming something, only the best kills all-purpose interior-exterior primer. I've used it a million times. Always gets the job done and keeps things weather ready. Now let's speed things up a bit. Now that's what I'm talking about. Now that our primer's down, it's time to get started on the sketch. Let's do it. As you guys know, I typically do all my sketching digitally on my iPad, but I felt it was time for me to get back to my roots. So let's grab a pencil, I've got a piece of paper, and let's start working on the sketch for the first window installation. I have no idea how good it feels drawing with a pencil again. This used to be the only way I made art from the time I was young all the way through college. Only recently, when my beautiful wife bought me an iPad, did I start drawing digitally, and I highly recommend all of you guys practicing as often as possible with the good old-fashioned pen and paper, because it really does improve your technical abilities and makes you a much better and more well-rounded artist. Now that being said, it's a beautiful day, and my baby and my beautiful wife want to have a picnic. After some much needed vitamin D, it's time to get started on the skeleton outline. Let's do it. So we've got our first panel on the easel. As you guys can see, there are 0 comic books on the background of this panel. So instead of using the comic grid system, we're going to use the traditional grid method. The traditional grid method is one of the oldest methods in art history for transferring images onto larger surfaces. Once our grid is on the surface, I'm able to take a photo of it, upload it onto my computer, and just like I do with the doodle grid method and the comic grid system, I'm able to overlap my image on top of it and transfer the image onto the surface using the guidelines of the grid. For this skeleton outline, I did a very basic outline because we're going to be spray painting all the details over top of it, and those lines are getting covered up anyway. So let's get started on the topographical map sky, and then we'll get working on the building. For any of you confused by what I mean when I say topographical map sky, I've recently began developing a series of works inspired by topographical maps, and specifically on this painting I was able to come across a map online of Westmoreland County that I was able to abstract into the beautiful groovy sky you see before you. And just like that, we back. It's a new day. All of our background colors are dry, and all that's left to do on panel number 1 is the outline. Once we get that first panel finished, it's time to start prepping panel number 2. So let's get back to work. The Greensburg Arts Walk is creeping up on us fast, and I know something you guys don't know, that these lines on this courthouse are going to take so long that I'm going to need to work twice as hard if I want to get this done with enough time to prep the second panel for my live painting gig. Lines on lines on lines. We're exercising those line muscles heavy on this one. Talk about putting those art muscles to the test. Now that we have all the outlining finished, it's time to add the sun heart, and as always, we are using a 3 stencil method to transfer the sun heart into this new top art sky. And then it's time to start prepping panel number 2. All right, it is the final day of work in the studio before tomorrow's Greensburg Arts Walk. I am beyond excited. We have the first panel finished. It's clear coated and ready to install. All that's left to do is to get that second panel to a point where it's looking good enough for me to live paint tomorrow. No more lollygagging, let's get to work. As I mentioned, there's still so much more to do before tomorrow's event, so I think we're gonna need to use a little bit more of that artist magic. Ooh, I messed something up, let's try that again. Now that's what I'm talking about. All the color's been added to this panel. All that's left to do is load the car up and get ready for tomorrow's event. We've got some live painting to do, and I can't wait to show you guys the new installation. So let's get some rest and let's get ready for tomorrow. Today's the day, the Greensburg Arts Walk. I'm so excited. We've got one panel to finish, 2 to install, and so many beautiful faces to meet, and I can't wait. We've arrived at the Greensburg Art Walk. We're currently walking down the alleyway to check out the spot where the installation is going to be installed. I'm excited. The booth's set up, live painting set up. We're ready to go. Now it's time to kickstart this party, baby. Later today, these blank walls are going to be graced with some artwork by yours truly. Let's get started on the painting. Fly away, little butterfly. The painting is coming along nicely. I'm meeting so many wonderful people, and we're lucky enough to make a few art sales today. So if you look closely, you'll see that the original drawing from the beginning of this video is actually going to be getting raffled off at the end of the event today. The festival is in full effect. We got live painters on every inch of this tent. I'm loving it. My new friend Stacy, Marcy, Nancy, and Becky over here. I don't usually find myself live painting with other painters, but believe me when I say I am in good company today. All of these beautiful and talented women surrounding me are from the Greensburg Arts Center, and all day today we've enjoyed conversations about techniques and different painters, and just about life and love itself. Nothing but good vibes at Greensburg Arts Walk. And just like that, the Greensburg Art Walk is finished. It's been a fantastic day. We've made some great sales and some fantastic new friends. All that's left to do is get these 2 panels installed, and that's all she wrote. All right, it's been a few days since the Greensburg Art Walk, and I am so excited that the panels have officially been installed. We're gonna hit the road. We're gonna go check them out in person for the first time in the Arts in the Alley, and I'm beyond excited. So with that being said, let's not waste any more time, and let's hit the road, Jack. We've officially arrived at the parking lot behind the Palace Theater. It's time to go see these panels. Woo, excitement is an understatement. I can see them, and they look fantastic. I am so excited with how good they look. They pop from miles away. So there's our beautiful courthouse. We walk down this way to the entrance to the Palace Theater right next to the alley. Now there are just so many people that I have to thank for making this possible. First and foremost, my good friend Adam Fitz. He's a great musician and a fellow creative, and this job would not have been possible without him. I'd also like to thank Kylie and Jennifer and everybody else with the Westmoreland Cultural Trust for being so kind and letting me put a little bit of my art in the Alley. And there you have it. Another episode of Studio Time with Zach is in the books. As always, if you had fun, if you enjoyed yourself, and if you think you learned a thing or two, please like, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date with all the fun happening at Studio Time with Zach. And until next time, keep creating art. Bye, guys.